You know that feeling on the SAT math section, like you're in a race against the clock? Well, what if I told you that one of the very first things you learn in math class is actually a secret weapon, a tool for speed and accuracy? Today, we're going to unlock it.
Yeah, does this look familiar? Staring at a tough problem, the clock just kicking down, and that little bit of panic starts to creep in? You know you can figure it out, but you are just running out of time. It is probably the #1 frustration for, well, almost everyone taking this test. Okay, let's fix that right now. We are going to take a super basic concept, I'm talking rounding and estimation, and turn it into your biggest time-saving tool. This is going to help you slice right through problems and check your work with total confidence. But hey, before we can run, we gotta walk. To really, really master this technique, we need a rock-solid grasp of the foundation it's all built on, and that is place value. I know, it sounds super simple, but trust me, getting this right is absolutely everything. So let's do a super quick refresh on place value. All it means is that a digit's value depends on where it's sitting in a number. So, take 485. That 4 isn't just a 4. Nope. Because it's in the hundreds spot, it's actually worth 400. The 8 is worth 80, and the 5 is just 5. See? Simple, but so crucial. And you know, there's a really beautiful logic to this system. Every single spot has its own name, and it's all based on the power of 10. To the left of that decimal point, you've got your ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, you know the drill. And to the right, we get into the fractions, tenths, hundreds, thousandths, and so on. It's basically the DNA of every single number. So if you look at a bigger number, say 345,678, its total value is just all those little place values added together. You've got 300,000 plus 40,000 plus 5,000, you get the idea. And really understanding this is what lets us play with numbers and manipulate them with total precision. Okay, so now that we've got place value locked in, we can build our tool. I like to call it the rounding rulebook. And don't worry, this isn't some complicated theory. It's just a simple, repeatable process that you can do flawlessly even when you're under pressure. It really all boils down to 3 easy steps. Step 1, find your target. That's the place value you're rounding to. Underline it. Step 2, look next door. The digit immediately to the right is your decision maker. And step 3 is the big rule. If that neighbor is a 5 or higher, you round your target up. If it's 4 or lower, your target digit just stays the same. That's it. That's the whole game. All right, let's put this into practice. Let's try to round 345,678 to the nearest thousand. So, step 1, what's our target? The thousands place. That's the 5. Okay, step 2, we look at its neighbor to the right, and that's a 6. Now for step 3, the rule. Is 6 5 or higher? You bet it is. So that means we round our target, the 5, up to a 6. And there it is. That's our result. The 5 becomes a 6, and every digit after it just turns into a 0. So we've taken 345,678 and turned it into a much cleaner, simpler 346,000. And here's the cool part. This works the exact same way with decimals. No new rules to learn. Let's try rounding 3.4678 to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so our target is the 6 in the hundredth spot, and its neighbor to the right, it's the 7. So, since that 7 is definitely 5 or higher, our target 6 rounds up to a 7, and our new number is just 3.47. The rules don't care if you're working with millions or tiny thousands. They're universal. Okay, so we've covered place value, we've mastered the rules of rounding. But why? Why does any of this actually matter for the SAT? Well, this is the payoff. This is where we take this simple little tool and turn it into an absolute beast of a time-saving strategy. Estimation. Now, here's the really crucial point. Estimation isn't just about being faster. It's also about building a kind of sixth sense, an intuition for what the right answer should even look like. This is how you can look at the multiple choice options and just instantly eliminate the ones that are way off. It's a game changer for catching those silly mistakes, too. Just look at this. On the left, you've got the exact calculation. It's going to take a few seconds, you'll need to focus, maybe even write it down. But on the right, the quick estimation. We just round each number to the nearest thousand. Suddenly the problem is just 4,000 plus 5,000. You can do that in your head, like right now. It's 9,000. Done. And check out how powerful that is.
Our 1-second estimate was 9,000. The actual answer is 8,762. They're incredibly close. So now picture this on the real SAT. The answer choices are like A, 1,200, B, 5,500, C, 8,800, and D, 15,000. Your quick estimate of 9,000 immediately tells you that C has to be the right answer. It's the only one even in the ballpark. That is the secret weapon in action.
All right, you've seen the theory, you've seen how it works. Now let's do a quick drill to make sure this skill becomes second nature. Let's lock it in. Okay, first one's up. I want you to round 928,499 to the nearest thousand. Remember the steps. Find the target, look at the neighbor, apply the rule. Go for it. Did you get 928,000? You got it, right? The neighbor to the 8 was a 4, which is 4 or less, so the 8 just stays put, and everything after it turns to zeros. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, let's try one more, this time with a decimal. Round $298,435.83 to the nearest hundredth. It's the exact same process, just on the other side of that little dot. And the answer is $298,435.08 because the hundredths digit, the 8, had a 3 next to it. Since 3 is less than 5, that 8 doesn't change. See, you totally got this. And just like that, you have sharpened one of the most powerful tools you have for the SAT. Seriously. Remember, this isn't just about memorizing some boring rule from a math book. This is a real strategy for managing your time, for boosting your confidence, and, yeah, for scoring higher. So as you keep prepping for the test, I want you to think about this. What other basic math rules are hiding in plain sight? What other simple ideas are actually powerful, strategic tools just waiting for you to unlock them? Keep that mindset and keep exploring.